Hey, it's a brand new day. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, the Rundown with Ramon Entrepreneur Show, helping you start or grow your business, giving you the tips and tools and tactics you need to start a business or grow your business and take it to the next level. I hope you're having a blessed, wonderful day, whether you're joining us live or you're joining us on demand on the replays. Glad you're here today. One action I want you to do right now. Make sure you've gone to zoneofgenius.com, and signed up so you don't miss out on any of our information, any of our content. Go to zoneofgenius.com and sign up right now. If you're listening to this on our podcast, do yourself a favor. Give us a rating, give us a review, give us a comment. Let us know you're listening. Hit the little star and let us know that you love the Rundown with Ramon show so others can find this show and you can give that gift to them of helping them know that the Rundown with Ramon is the show that you love. Our episode today is brought to you by our friends at Bitdefender. You go home at night, you leave your home and go out with your girlfriends, go out for a party, go out grocery shopping. What do? You lock the door of your home. Click, click. You park your car, you leave your car, you pick your kids up from school, you go visit somebody, you go to the movie. What do? You lock the door of your car. Beep, beep. Well, is your small business protected? And that is the operable question I asked from our friends at Bitdefender as Bitdefender Small Business Ambassador, educating you to be secure. Make sure you're using two-factor authentication. Make sure you're educating yourself and your team on how to be more cyber secure. Make sure you're careful before you click that link. Be careful. Is it really what you want to click? And more, because understand, no matter the size of your business, no matter how small you are, and especially if you're small, cyber threats are real. Malware, phishingware, ransomware, all these things, nefarious little critters, as it were, out there, criminals wanting to harm your business. So I encourage you today, go to bitdefender.com/Ramon. I dare you, go to bitdefender.com/Ramon. Sign up today and make sure that your business is secure. Bitdefender.com/Ramon to secure your business. Welcome back to the Rundown with Ramon. We got a lot in store for you today. My weekend, by the way, was absolutely amazing and blessed. I'm not going to get into the weekend, but I may. But today we're going to talk about a few things. One, top 10 reasons that new businesses fail. I saw an advertisement from Goldbelly, and I'm going to talk about why this advertisement was so impactful for me. We got some insight today from Seth Godin. The red zone is wasted. LinkedIn says that more Americans turn to entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about that. Steven Bartlett said this: first, business owners, 95% of your problems are old problems wearing new clothes. Understand the framework. We're going to touch on that and more today in today's Rundown with Ramon. So thanks for being here. Glad you're here. Let's get ready for a brand new episode. Ding, 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 ding. First up, Wall Street Journal reports the top 10 reasons that new businesses fail. Why do new businesses fail? We're going to touch on that right now. Here's why new businesses fail according to the Wall Street Journal. Number one, going it alone. You're running your business alone without running it for help. You're running it alone thinking that you can do it on your own, and you simply cannot. Number two, growing too quickly. You've grown too fast for whatever reason, and you can now not keep up with demand. You don't have the right team, the fulfillment, the customer experience, customer support. You're growing way too fast. Number 8, reverse order, lack of experience. You started your business, but you really don't have experience in running a business. You know how to bake cakes, you know how to bake cupcakes, you know how to pet dogs, you know how to walk dogs, you know how to build houses, but you don't know how to run a business. So lack of experience, too much passion. Woo! You are passionate. You are excited about the business. But passion is not enough to build a successful business. A lot of businesses forced to file bankruptcy, according to a study. Those whose identities and self-worth were most tightly coupled to the business had the hardest time coping with failure. Number 6, going backwards, internal conflict. When business partners start to butt heads, families get in the way, maybe your spouse is causing some conflict. There's some internal conflict that you're having, which causes the business to not do well. Maybe you have trouble getting capital. Now, I'm not saying that everybody has to have capital or get in debt, but some businesses are capital intensive and the cash flow is important. You have to outlay $500,000, outlay $100,000, outlay $50,000 before you get paid. That cash flow crunch can keep you locked in. A lack of market. It's economics 101. If there's no market for your product, your business won't succeed. Number 3, External shocks. Is there something huge that happens in the economy? Something huge that happens beyond your control that causes your business to not do well? Number two, inability to pivot. Things happen. Are you able to adjust? Are you able to pivot or not? And lastly, number one, being too stubborn in a variety of ways, saying, hey, no, 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 it's not happening. Let me put my head in the sand. And you realize that really business is not the way you thought it was, and your business tanks. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. Thanks for being on a brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. If you're liking this, let me know it. And hey, Joe Applebaum is here. Joe, I'm glad you're here. You made my day, man. Always good to have you here on the Rundown with Ramon. If you know Joe Applebaum, put Joe in the chat. Let us know. Send Joe Applebaum some love. Him and I go way, way, way back. LaShawn Johnson, glad you're here. Thank you so much. Glad to be in attendance today. LaShawn, I'm glad you're here as well. So this is powerful. These tips from the Wall Street Journal, they are laying it out for us pretty clearly. Top 10 reasons why businesses fail. I'll say them again. The top 10 reasons: going it alone, growing too quickly, lack of experience, too much passion, internal conflict, trouble getting capital, lack of a market, external shocks, inability to pivot, being too stubborn. Have you found out one of these reasons or more reasons that maybe your business is not where it should be, or reasons that another business you had has floundered? And hopefully, if you're on your second or third business, you've learned. But these are serious things that can cause inabilities for your business to grow and get to the next level. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Don't forget, go to zoneofgenius.com. Sign up right now so you don't miss out on amazing content like this at zoneofgenius.com. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, I saw an advertisement from Goldbelly. Check them out, Goldbelly. They're not a sponsor. I get nothing for it. And you know what grabbed my attention as I look at their website? I want you to check it out right now, goldbelly.com. They sell food curated from restaurants. And the thing that jumped out on me was their visuals. Their TV ads made you want to jump out and grab that food and eat it. Do me a favor, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, put in the chat, Goldbelly, tag them, let them know we're talking about them. Goldbelly's amazing. I've never had their food yet, don't know what their experience is like, but if they put this much effort into advertisements, into making the food look delicious, my question to you is, I wonder, and I bet their customer experience is amazing. What about your business? Do people see how much effort you put into certain things in your business, which give them clues that the rest must be good? Maybe you can't do everything at 100%. There's always going to be a yin and a yang for something, especially as a smaller business. But focus on one or two things that you can control, one or two things you can do really, really well. And I bet that will leave clues to people wondering, what else do they do well? Love having you here, Fabrice. Thanks for being here. Unapologetically positive. Top 10 reasons why businesses fail. Fabrice, glad you're here today on the Rundown with Ramon show. Welcome aboard. And this jumped out at me when I saw Goldbelly's advertisements. They captured me. They were delicious. They looked amazing. And reading the bio of the founders, they put a lot of effort into the visuals, into the brand, into the look. So I encourage you, maybe it is the brand and look that we should focus on. Maybe that's one thing, because before people buy from you, they're going to see what you do. They're going to get a feel for, oh, wow, if their ad looks like this, they must be pretty good. It's an assumption that people can't help but make. So again, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. Fabrice, love having you here on the show. Check out Fabrice on LinkedIn, Fabrice Venegas. Anyone can go into business, but not everyone can stay in business. That is so true. And I'm seeing that all the time as one who started 5 companies, sold 3 companies. I'm in a constant season of exploration. How do we grow? How do we get to the next level? And I need to do things different. As my coach, Lamar Tyler, says, if you know Lamar Tyler, tag him. Let him know I'm talking about him. Lamar, Lamar, Lamar Tyler. Tag him on LinkedIn, tag him on Facebook. Hit his profile picture. As he says, you can hustle your way to about a $500,000 business, maybe to $1 million. But to build a business bigger than that, you need clear systems and processes built in, or it's not going to work. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. Ding, 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 ding. Insight from Seth Godin. Always love insight from Seth Godin. One of his latest blog posts, he talks about the red zone wasted. Here's what Seth Godin says. Sports cars have a tachometer, a gauge showing how close the motor is to melting down. When the revs enter the red zone, performance is enhanced for a while. Do it too much for too long and you will burn out. In our work, there are two sorts of red zones. Athletes know that at least 5% of their effort accounts for 100% of their success. The same is true for pianists in any endeavor where we are sorted by elite performance. But many people work in industries where the last 5% of their effort might account for just 5% of their success. A stockbroker who stays busy, cold, calling clients late into the night doesn't receive increasing rewards. They just get a little busier. The problem with the linear reward curve is obvious. People who are driven to get just a little more repeatedly do just a little more until they've broken everything they said they wanted. If you're going into the red zone, be clear about what the outcome is supposed to be. That, my friends, is deep. Because we don't want to keep banging our heads against the wall, doing the same thing we've been doing, expecting a different result. That just doesn't work. I'm in a season of my business today wondering, what are the impactful things I need to do to drive the business forward? What does my business look like? One, I'm a motivational professional keynote speaker. I enjoy hosting events or keynoting events, and my clients calling me to do that. Number two, brand sponsorships, building zoneofgenius.com, putting out the content I do, and brands sponsoring that in one way or another. Then we have offers that I'm launching, serving you all, office hours with Ramon. These are three things we do. Again, Ramon, keynoting, hosting from stage, paid to do that. Two, brand sponsorship, sponsor content deals with our partners. And then number three, office hours with Ramon. This is what we do, and I'm wondering, what should I do better? How do we grow this business? By the way, if you want to work with me and you're watching this and you're like, are you listening to this? We want to work with Ramon, a guy who started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, knows how to do podcasting and video, and the expert on personal branding. His book, Celebrity CEO. You definitely want to check out Office Hours with Ramon. Check that out at check it out at RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com. Office Hours with Ramon. Check that out. You definitely don't want to miss that opportunity out. If you want to work with Ramon Ray, check out Office Hours with Ramon at RamonOfficeHours.com. So this is the point that Seth Godin was talking about, the red zone. Make sure as you're doing more work, as you're pushing, make sure you're pushing into the right direction. Make sure you're pushing on the right things. Don't push on things that are an absolute waste of your time. And Ayanna, do me a favor, check out my stories. I don't know if I posted it to my stories yet. I'm not sure I did, but my piano is set up, Ayanna, so you know what's happening today. I'll be signing up for the musical web as a customer. I'll be doing that in the next hour or two. As soon as I finish this show, I'll be signing up for, by the way, if you want to learn how to play piano, you can follow me today on my journey as I learn piano, the musical web. I'm going to be signing up today to the musical web. So excited about that. I just set my piano up in my guest room. The keys are busted because we're donating it to a school, a private school, and the kids banged it up. And most of the keys are all busted and all this, but it's good enough for me right now. I hope it is. Ayanna will tell me as we go along, and I'm in her community as it is. So, hey, welcome to a brand new edition. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We got a lot of people here joining us. Maybe a lot of people watching us offline, meaning on, in the, not live. It's so excited about that. Julie Ring is here. Julie, so glad you're here. Julie, I haven't seen you in a minute, but good morning and happy Monday to you too, my dear. Hope you're doing well and thriving. And I'm excited too, Ayanna. I've been talking about this, right? But I'm a man of my word. If I'm not, then I would have told you different. But yeah, it just takes a while sometimes to get things in order and get what I'm trying to do. So thank you for the catalyst beyond that. Ding, 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 ding. Moving forward here, interesting insights. More Americans are turning to entrepreneurship, says our friends at LinkedIn. Interesting article. The number of LinkedIn members adding founder to their profile in the U.S. surged 69% since last year, and it nearly tripled since the height of the Great Reshuffle in 2022. What's more, nearly 4 in 10 U.S. professionals say they're planning to work for themselves as soon as possible, according to LinkedIn's Workforce Confidence Survey. Experts say the trend is driven by a desire for control in an unpredictable job market and increased access to technological advancements, smoothing the path to entrepreneurship. If you've been thinking about being an entrepreneur, thinking about starting your own business, it's doable. The resources are out there. I can line my bookshelves with so many books I can recommend you read. One, Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Get your finances in order. Read this book, Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Definitely recommend you read The E-Myth. Great book, an allegory of small business growth, The E-Myth. Definitely check out Gino Wickman, everything he's written, Entrepreneurial Leap. Do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? Read Leap by Gino Wickman. Another book I highly recommend is Traction. And a lot of the principles here to building a bigger size business, but the principles remain the same. Traction. Read Traction. Get that book. Another one is on marketing is so important. This is Marketing by Seth Godin. Other books which focus on marketing, get some top books on marketing so you can know how to build awareness for your business. Of course, one of my favorite books in the world is The Celebrity CEO. Get that book on Amazon. Get it right now. The Celebrity CEO. Buy it on Amazon. All about the power of personal branding. Buy that book on Amazon. Another book I mentioned, my friend Phil Jones' book, Exactly What to Say. So I could go on and on and on. So many great books. But if you're wondering, should you be an entrepreneur? I can't say that for you. But ask around. Go to SCORE. Go to the SBDC. If you're already a business owner, and you've been there for a couple months now, and you're struggling, been there for a year or more, whatever it may be, and you're saying, Ramon, I need to do better in my entrepreneur journey. Join me in office hours. I encourage you. Go to RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com, and check it out and join me there. LinkedIn is saying more and more people are turning to entrepreneurship. Why? They want the freedom to chart their own course. They want the freedom to fail. They want the freedom to hire who they want. They want the freedom to sell what they want to whom they want. They want the freedom to chart their own course. Working in a company is great. We need people who work in companies and thriving there, thriving entrepreneurially there. But then there's a number of us that say, no, I want to completely do my own thing. Iana, I love that. Grit by Angela Duckworth, also a great book. I've read that 2 or 3 times probably. Grit. Absolutely one of my favorite books indeed. What a wonderful book. Entrepreneurship, it can be scary. It's lonely. It's not glamorous as you may think it is. Most entrepreneurs are not Elon Musk or Tony Robbins or the guy who owns Virgin. No. Most of us are like me and Iana and others here. Joe Applebaum. It can be a slog most days, but we love the slog because it's the journey that we picked. Ding, 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 ding. Steven Bartlett had an interesting LinkedIn post. Steven Bartlett, of course, Diary of a CEO, one of the top podcasts in the world. Dear first business owners, 95% of your problems are old problems wearing new clothes. Understand the framework. The suppliers who's ghosted you, Caesar had the same issue with grain merchants 100 years ago. That investor who keeps moving the goalpost, the Medici banks dealt with that in 1400s Florence. Your co-founder drama, Jobs and Wozniak, Gates and Allen, every founding story ever had that problem too. Do not convince yourself your situation is special, or that your market is different, or that your generation is unique. Stop trying to solve everything from first principles. You're not the first human to run a business. Someone probably solved the problem that keeps keeping you up at night. In 1987, in 1993, in 2004, and last Tuesday, somebody probably solved the problem that's keeping you up at night. So true. Steven Bartlett says, I've been in business for about 15 years, and it's taken me 12 of them to realize that the first question to ask yourself when you're facing a challenge is this: has anyone solved this before? When Netflix started streaming, genuinely knew nobody had done it at scale. When Steven Bartlett started hiring people, an ancient problem, millions had done it before. Now, when Uber fought city regulations, uncharted territory, the playbook didn't exist. But when Steven Bartlett says, I tried to motivate my first team, timeless challenge, ask any Roman general. The point here is many of our problems are not old. Many of our problems are not new. Many problems are not new. They're old problems. And so he wants you to understand that old problems equal find expertise. New problems equal fast experimentation to figure it out. Steven Bartlett says, the tragedy I see all the time is founders wasting their prime years solving solved problems. They're brainstorming HR policies that P&G nailed in the 80s. Woo, this is good. The revolutionary approach to email marketing, someone A/B tested that in 2015. That radical pricing strategy, it's chapter 4 in a book from 1992. Steven Bartlett says the smartest founders I know are intellectual thieves. They steal everything that's been solved and pour all their creativity into the 15% that's generally unprecedented. For many founders, ego makes us think that we're too special for other people's solutions. Inexperience convinces them their situation is unique. Woo! Insecurity makes them think they look weak for asking for help. So the reminder today is, your problems are not unique. Your problems are not special. The key is, as Marie Forleo talks about, and everything is figure outable, as she talks about. You just have to find the solution to the problem. Get a mentor, use AI, ask friends, ask peers, go humble yourself and ask your competitor, listen to some podcasts. But we can figure this out. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. I hope you've enjoyed this show. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, comment in the comments, whatever platform you're on, why you like the show, why it was useful for you today. Share the show out and do me a favor. Don't do me a favor, actually. Do yourself a favor. Give the show a rating. Can you do that? Apple iTunes, you're hearing this? Give it a rating. Spotify, give it a rating. Or if you're hearing it on a live stream, comment, give it a rating there. My name is Ramon Ray. This is a brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. Thanks to our friends at Bitdefender, encouraging you to keep your business safe and secure. Go to bitdefender.com, bitdefender.com, and make sure your business is secure. My name is Ramon Ray, and this has been a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Check you out at zoneofgenius.com. Make sure you sign up for our email newsletter so you don't miss out. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. That's a wrap. Be blessed. Have an amazing day and make an impact in the life of somebody else. Ayanna, I'll be your next customer in the next hour.